let's see if I still have this. What's up everybody? Daryl here again. Yeah, today I wanted to make a quick video just walking around the farm, just showing you guys what has been done at the secondary plot. I have not been making any videos just because it started beginning of the season. So I've been getting busy getting everything set up for the year. But as you can see behind me, it's really green. Lately we've been getting a lot of rain, so that's very nice. So I've been saving a lot of money on water. So yeah, well, without further ado, let me show you guys the secondary plot and we can go from there. As you guys can see, everything is very green and a lot of things are growing, even my plants and even the weeds. So it's been a bit busy lately. But as you guys can see right here, right behind me, those are tomatoes. This year I'm going to be mostly focusing on tomatoes and only lettuce. It's because I don't have enough time to manage everything and all the different types of crops I'm growing normally. I focus mostly on that this year. So I mostly have 3 types of tomatoes that I'm going to be growing throughout the year. So multiple successions. So here's the first set. These are plum tomatoes. These have been planted about 3 weeks ago. They have been growing pretty well. You can see that I've not cleaned out all the dirt yet, and they also have been getting some weeds. I did the same planting as normal as the tomato I do in tomato greenhouse. Dig a deep hole. I put the roots as deep as I can to bury out the stem, because in the future the tomato plant will grow out roots into the soil from the stem, and it will give it even more support and it will hold the structure even better. And one added benefit here is because the main root ball is deep into the soil, it lets me use less irrigation because there's less evaporation deep into the soil. But right now I have a little bit different problem, is that because it's been raining so much recently, I have not even needed to irrigate this whole plot. For comparison, I had to make trenches around the farm to remove some of the water, because we've been getting sometimes really heavy rain, and those last 4 tomato plants in a row, those were completely underwater. Some of them did die, as you can see. So this whole area, so those tomatoes and these tomatoes, the end ones, they were completely submerged underwater. Some of them did survive, so I'm happy about that. But some of them did die and I had to replace them already. But I had some extra that I was just leaving into the greenhouse, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. But I have those. I have another succession that I need to go be weeding. But those, I did not put a landscape fabric on it. I just wanted to test something, and also because I use a landscape fabric mostly to lower evaporation and also cool the ground. But we are going into the colder season. I don't think I need it that much. So I tried testing this on this one without any landscape fabric. But you can see I need to go weed this. So that's one benefit of using landscape fabric. You don't have to weed it. Those are all plum tomatoes. These are just slicing tomatoes. These are determinate. Those were Salmosanos. These are determinate, if I'm not mistaken, chef's choice. So yeah, I'm going to just probably trellis them around 1.5 meters, because determinate tomatoes, you don't really need to trellis them because they produce everything in one shot and then they're done. But yeah, this is the first time I'm planting determinate tomatoes. I normally like indeterminate because I can keep harvesting throughout the year, and it's a bit easier to manage when you have a constant small amount of work rather than one lump sum hard work. The one right next to it is going to be the cherry tomatoes that I normally plant, the Sakura. So that's going to be planted there. Also indeterminate. As you guys can see here, I have the same setup as I have at the main plot. So I have all my lettuce and insect net grown here. So yeah, this plot is going to be mostly lettuce. This is going to be just planted one after the other lettuce, so around 4 successions of lettuce, right, one after the other. The reason is because I don't have enough space, or I don't have enough time to use this plot and the main plot. So I'm just going to use this plot and just keep adding nutrients to it. One added benefit, when I finish with the 4th planting of lettuce, I'm going to be turning this plot into the tomato block. And I'm going to be moving these lettuce to where tomatoes are. so that I can have a quick succession too. But by that time those tomatoes are out, I can plant all the lettuce there, and I'll also do another 4 succession there, and hopefully, and then we can see where we go from there. But yeah, that's the plan right now. It's not ideal, but I don't have enough time to try to make it more complicated than it is right now. And yeah, at the end of the beds, we got some turmeric. We got a lot of turmeric. We have some few more to plant. I have to go make a bed, but as you can see, the weeds have been not very nice. So I have a lot of weeding I have to do here. I got some ginger too. So I got some few ginger plants here also growing. I had this little contraption made so that it's kind of a lift kit that I used to use for tomatoes. When you trellis, you hold the tomatoes so that they don't go into the ground. I use this for those just to put a shake cloth on top of it to let the ginger and turmeric get established, and then I remove the shake cloth. So the shake cloth's already moved, so I have to remove that and make another bed for the next turmeric plant. So also for the turmeric and the ginger crops, these are crops that you mostly plant a bit further from each other. So in between the turmeric and the ginger, I planted some melons so that I can have some cover crops to just protect the soil and to keep the moisture into the soil. And I also get a crop out of it. So it's, normally they call this interplanting, but I just did it just to keep the turmeric and the ginger covered, the soil covered, so they can get established and they can grow on their own. But I already got some few that's been growing. You can see here. You can see here. There's one there. There's one over there. There's a few back there. These crops, these turmeric and ginger crops, are not very high maintenance, so that's why I'm growing them. I just plant them. I need to weed them occasionally, but not once they get established, they will suck up enough water that they will not let any weeds grow. And recently we have been getting so much rain that yeah, you're gonna get weeds anywhere. So yeah, everything was kind of delayed, because that's why I wasn't making any video. It's because when I took the 2 weeks off, and then the first week that I had to start planting, I got sick for a week, so I couldn't do anything. And then you just can't just put a pause button on your crop. So when I was good enough to start working again, I had to just work to get everything back to order. So now everything is pretty close to where I want it to be on schedule. So that's pretty nice, and it gives me more free time to make videos. So yeah, probably the next video is going to be showing you guys how I put rebar to hold up the tomatoes. So these are going to be field production. I'm going to be using basket weaving method, so because it's the easiest way, and it's easiest and it's not that complicated, and it's pretty cheap to set up. I'm going to be doing this with all the field tomatoes. So yeah, I have still a lot of work to be done here. The season is just getting started, and it's going to be like a few weeks. These tomatoes are going to be up to 1 meter high, so I need to get these things set up and get them ready for production, because it's getting really cold right now, and the tomatoes love that, because when it's too hot they don't produce any crop. So I am looking forward for this year for tomatoes and lettuce. So yeah, this is just a quick update on the farm. I'm just wanted to show you guys what's been done on the secondary field. Yeah, some of the things that have been done, and what are the plans for this year. The main crop is going to be lettuce and tomatoes. I do have this main plot, and maybe in the future, depending on how good tomatoes go in the sales, I will be using those blocks as tomato productions. So then if we need it, but I don't know if I need it, but there are options there. I need to go cover one of the main plots still with the silage sharp. So I was using it here, but now I removed it because I didn't have any time. I didn't move it there. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I feel like I'm rambling right now. So peace. Pasa un buen día.